Hello students, so today we will learn Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, there are two laws under Kirchhoff's laws and they are very good laws to solve complex circuits. Okay, so there are two laws, one is KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, or it is called as junction rule, and the other is KVL, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is loop rule. In order to solve a particular circuit, like if you have to find current in any resistor or you have to find potential drop across two ends of any circuit, then we use both the rules together. So Kirchhoff's current law or junction rule says that the total summation of current in a junction is 0. Summation of I is 0. So this is a junction. What is a junction? A point where three or more branches meet. Okay, a point where two branches meet, like this. Here this is one branch, this is the other branch. This point is called as a node. Okay, and a point where three or more branches meet, that point is called as a junction. So here the KCL says that if, for example, this is 2 ampere current, this is 1 ampere current, and this is like 1 ampere current. Okay, so summation of I at a junction is 0. So we can write 2 ampere minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, or you can write the rule is, there are two rules. One is that current entering the junction is taken as positive and current leaving the junction is taken as negative. Okay, so here current entering is 2 ampere. This current is entering the junction, it is taken as plus 2. This 1 ampere is leaving the junction, it is taken as minus 1. The other is taken as minus 1 because it is leaving the junction. Okay, so summation of all the currents at a junction or entering the junction and leaving the junction is 0. That is KCL. Okay, where do we need KCL? We need KCL when, like we'll see the numericals, then you will see when there are 2 or 3 loops given in a circuit, then you have to draw current from the cell. Okay, if there are 2 cells, 3 cells, then you might draw current from one cell and distribute it in the circuit, or you might draw current from all the cells and then distribute it in the circuit. So while distributing current in the circuit, we have to apply KCL. Okay, sometimes the question is asked that on which law this KCL is based. So it is based on the law of conservation of charges. Okay, KCL is based on law of conservation of charges. We've studied law of conservation of charges. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. So whatever is the current entering, the same amount of current will leave the junction. Current or charges cannot be lost, cannot be created nor be destroyed. And remember, whatever current you are drawing from a cell, the same amount of current you have to return back to the cell. Okay, so that is KCL. Let's see KVL in details. So KVL says that the algebraic sum of change in potential around a closed loop is 0. The summation of change in potential in a closed loop is 0. For example, you have a closed loop wherein you have, like, this is, for example, a cell of EMF 5 volt. This is R1 of 2 ohm and this is R2 of 3 ohm, for example. Then this is a loop, we can name the loop A, B, C, D, A. Okay, so in a closed loop, remember, to apply KVL, you should have a closed loop. Like if you start from A, then A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. When you come back to A, that becomes a closed loop. So the total sum of all the potential drop occurs in a cell or a battery. Potential drop across a resistor is there. When current passes through a resistor, there is potential drop in the resistor. So the total potential drop in a circuit is 0. Like for example, I choose in loop A, B, C, D, A. Okay, this becomes a closed loop. Okay, sum of potential drops is here. While going, I have to choose a path. Let us say I take a clockwise path. So in loop A, B, C, D, A, while going from A to B, what is the potential drop? Here I am going from negative to positive terminal of the cell. This potential gain. So plus 5, then I am going, see, you have to draw current. Current will go like this, okay, from the positive terminal of the battery. So let us say current, since there is only one branch, current I is there in the circuit. Okay, so here current is going from this terminal, this end of the resistor to this end. Current always goes from the positive, from higher potential to lower potential. So this end becomes at a higher potential, this is at a lower potential. So we are going again from higher to lower. Okay, our path is higher to lower. So that will be a drop. So that is minus 2I. Okay, again we are going from higher to lower, minus 3I. Okay, V is equals to I into R. So this is one V. This is one change in potential. This is one change in potential. No more resistors or cells are there, so we've considered all the potential drops in the circuit. This total sum is equals to 0. I'll give you the rules right now, when to take positive potential and when to take negative. Okay, so this is the loop rule, okay, or the KVL. The total summation of, you can write in a closed loop summation of plus minus delta V1 plus minus delta V2 plus minus delta V3 plus minus delta Vn is equals to 0. If there are n cells and resistors total, so there will be n times of potential drop. So in that closed loop, this sum will be equals to 0. On which law KVL is based? So KVL is based on the law of conservation of energy. Okay. So when you distribute current in the circuit, when there is potential drop in the circuit, but the total energy remains conserved. Plus the total change in potential drop is 0. See, we are starting from A and we come back to A. So the change in potential, we are coming back to the same point. So the change in potential will be 0, right? Because you come back to the same point. You are not going from one point to the another. Otherwise, there would have been change in potential. Okay. Now, one more. We also have learned that delta V is work done per unit charge. Right? You've learned this. Delta V is work done per unit charge. Now, here by going once round the closed loop, work done is 0 because displacement is 0. You are starting from A and coming back to A. So displacement is 0, that is work done is 0. If work done is 0, so change in potential will be 0. Okay, so remember, this is based on law of conservation of charges, and I've given you the reason why delta V is 0. Let's quickly look at the rules. I will suggest you write down these 4 rules so that you don't get confused, and these are like very strongly remembered by you. Okay, so please note down these rules. So KVL, the rules to apply KVL are, first there are 4 rules. Okay, note them down. The first rule is draw current from one or more cells using KCL. Okay, and using KCL distribute them in the circuit. So you can draw current from, if there are 2 cells like in the circuit, then you can draw current from one circuit and distribute. You can draw current from both the cells also and distribute whatever you want. Like for example, this is one node, okay, and this is one cell, right? From this cell you are drawing current I, okay, and then you have to distribute. Here there is a junction and you have to distribute the current. So you can distribute it like this is I1. This current can be I2, so I is divided into I1, I2, or you can also call this current as I minus I1, okay, anything. So this is I2 is actually equals to I minus I1, so you can call it anything, and likewise distribute current in the whole circuit. Second is choosing a loop or loops. If there are two loops like this, if this is one's like this circuit is given. Okay, so this will be one closed loop. So you have to choose like A, B. You have to name it if naming is not given. So one loop will be A, B, C, F, A. Second loop will be F, C, D, E, F, C, F, C, D, E, F, like that. So you can choose one loop or two loops. So in order to cover all the resistors and the cells. Okay, so second point is choose a loop. Then once you have chosen a loop, choose a direction of the loop. So you can choose clockwise direction, you can choose anti-clockwise direction. This direction is called as path of the loop. Remember, we have to choose the path. This is very important because like if I have chosen a loop A, B, C, F, A, in this closed loop, how I am traveling, I am going from A to back to A clockwise, or I am going anti-clockwise, that is up to me. You can take any path, and in all the loops, if there are two loops, three loops in a circuit, in all the loops you can select one path, one direction, like all of the paths can be clockwise, all can be anti-clockwise, or one can be clockwise, one can be anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. Okay, so the third point is direction of loop. Then fourth is potential drop or gain in a loop. This is very important and the most confusing one. You will find two types of potential drops. One is the potential drop in cells, drop or gain, and second is the potential drop or gain in the resistors. Okay, so in the cells, like for example, this is a cell. Okay, and you know this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal of the cell. And if you've drawn current like this from the circuit, so current I is like this. No matter whatever is the direction of current in the cell, like your path is this way. Okay, you're going clockwise. If you're going clockwise, then we are going from positive terminal to negative terminal. Positive is a higher potential, lower terminal is at a negative, lower potential. So you're going from positive to negative, that means you're going from higher to lower. You're going from higher to lower, that means there's a drop. So the change in potential for a cell, delta V will be, for example, the EMF of this cell is given as E. Okay, E can be 10 volt, 5 volt, 2 volt, 20 volt, whatever. So this delta V will be, there's a potential drop going from higher to lower. So it will be minus E. For example, your path is anti-clockwise. You're going like this. If your path is anti-clockwise, then for anti-clockwise path delta V, you're going anti-clockwise. That means you're going from lower potential to higher potential. While going from lower to higher, there is a potential gain, okay, potential rise. So delta V will be equals to plus E. Okay, these 2 points you have to remember. Okay, then in resistors, like if this is a resistor, okay, in a resistor R, current direction is important. If current is like this going in a resistor, then you have to look at your path. If your path is clockwise, say, then here, see, you are going clockwise, that means you are going from this terminal to this terminal. Looking at the direction of current, current always goes from higher potential to lower potential. So in a resistor, this becomes the higher potential, this becomes the lower potential. So according to your path, when you are going clockwise, you are going from higher to lower. Again, there is a drop in potential. So delta V here in this case will be equals to minus IR. Okay, drop will be negative. For example, you are going anti-clockwise and this is the direction of current. So you are going from lower to higher, right? Lower to higher, that means delta V will be equals to positive IR. Okay, so this is also potential drop or gain, this is also potential drop or gain. So in the full circuit, you have to see according to your path and according to the direction of current whether there is potential drop or potential gain, and then apply KVL. Summation of all the potentials, change in potential is 0. All summation of delta V is equals to 0. Okay, so the first rule is using KCL, draw current from cells and distribute. Second is choose loop or loops. Third is choose the direction of the loop, that is path. And fourth is find out the potential drop or gain in particular loops, and then solve for currents or resistors. Okay, so note down these rules, and let's look at some numericals. So let's solve simple questions. The question is find current in each resistor. So here let's take this one. So the first step is to draw current from the cell. Since there is only one cell, we will draw current from this cell, that is I. So I only will pass from here, I will pass from here, and I will go back. Remember, whatever current you draw from a cell, the same current has to be returned back to the cell. Okay, this is the first step. Then the second is choosing a loop. So A, B, C, D, A. You can name it any way. Third is choosing the path. So I am taking clockwise path. Okay. Then fourth is apply KVL. So while going from loop A, B, C, D, A, that becomes a closed loop. While going from A to B, there is no potential drop. While going from B to C, while going from B to C, current is in this direction and our path is also clockwise. Remember, when current and path are in the same direction, potential drop is negative. Okay, so you have to note these 2 points. These are shortcuts. When current and path in a resistor is same, IR is negative. Okay, and secondly, while going from positive to negative in a cell, sorry, let us take taking negative only. So while going from positive to negative in a cell, delta V is negative. Okay, you can remember this, or you can remember that when current and path are opposite, then delta V is positive. You can remember any way, children, whichever way is easy to you. When current and path in a resistor are opposite, then IR is positive. Okay, and while going from lower to higher potential in a cell, then delta V is positive. So you can remember for positive, the other one will be negative. Okay, so note this down. This is the shortcut, right? So here you can see that our path and the current are same. So delta V will be negative. So that what is delta V? That is equals to minus I into R, minus 2I. You can write it as minus 2I. Okay. Then while going from C to D, again path and current are in the same direction, so that is minus 3I, again negative. While going from D to A, there is a potential gain. You are going from lower to higher potential, so that is plus 10. All the potentials have been taken care of, that is summation of all the potential drops is 0. So you can write minus 2I minus 3I is minus 5I, taking it on the opposite side. So 5I is equals to 10. So I is equals to 10 by 5 ampere. So the question is find current in each resistor. So in 2 ohm resistor also current is 2 ampere, and in 3 ohm resistor also current is 2 ampere, which is same. Let's look at this one. Okay. Now here there are 2 cells, 4 resistors. There are 2 cells, so you can draw current from, obviously there is just one path, so we will draw current from one cell, and it's always better to draw current from the bigger cell. So among 4 and 10 is a bigger cell, so I am drawing current I from 10 volt. Okay, so current I will pass like this, and here it will go back. Okay, so everywhere you have current I, right? Now let us name the loop PQRS. Okay, let us take the direction, the third step, clockwise. So in loop PQRSP, so that becomes a closed loop PQRSP. while going from P to Q, you are going P to Q. This is first potential drop, lower to higher, so that is positive. So plus 4. Then going through this resistor, current is downwards and we are going upwards. So paths are opposite. So delta V will be positive. So plus 2I. Then again here the current will be like this. Okay. So here again the path and the current direction are opposite. So plus 1I. Okay. Then here also in 2 ohm resistor, path and current are in the opposite direction. So positive plus 2I. Then in this cell we are going from higher to lower according to a path. Higher to lower, so that's a potential drop. So minus 10. Here path and current are in the opposite direction. So minus I is equals to 0. Okay. So here see, we've taken care of all the potential drops. So 4 minus 10 is minus 6. 2I plus I, 3I plus 2I, 5I minus I, that is 4I. So 4I minus 6 is equals to 0, or 4I is equals to 6, or I is equals to 6 by 4, that is equals to 2 3 is 6, 2 2 is 4, 3 by 2, that is 1.5 ampere. Okay, so the current in each resistor is 1.5 ampere. Okay, these are simple ones. Let's take more numericals. So the next question again says find current in each resistor. So like you can see in this circuit, there are 3 cells and 3 resistors given. The first step is to draw current. So we can draw current from now. The bigger cells are these 2, both are of same value. So you can draw current from both the cells. You can draw current from one cell and distribute whatever. So let's take I1 from here and I2 from here. So I1 will go from this and I2 will go from this resistor. Then both the currents will join. So from this I1 plus I2 will pass. Okay. Then I1 plus I2 will go back here, and here it will divide. Here you will get again back I2. Here you will get again back I1. Okay. So you return back the full current in the circuit in their respective cells. So the second step is, let's make the loops, choose the loops. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Then choosing the path and choosing clockwise in both the paths. Right. So then first loop, in loop A, B, C, F, A. A, B, C, F, A. Applying KVL while going from A to B. In this cell, there is potential gain from negative to positive. So plus 20. Then from here to here, direction of current and our path is same. So minus 10 I2. Then while going from C to F, direction of current and path is same in this resistor. So again negative, minus 10 I1 plus I2. Then in this cell, going from higher to lower, so that's a potential drop. Minus 10 is equals to 0. Right? So 20 minus 10, that is 10. 10 minus 10 I2 minus 10 I1 minus 10 I2 is equals to 0. Right? So that is 10 is equals to, you can take it the other side, 10 I1 minus 10 plus 20 I2. Okay, on this side it would have been minus 20 I2 minus 10 I1. When you take it on the other side, it will become positive, plus 10 I1 plus 20 I2. Dividing by 10, so you will get I1 plus 2 I2 is equals to 1. You can call this as equation 1. We will have to solve simultaneous equations because there are 2 currents and you are solving for 2 to find the current in each resistor. Then in the next loop, F, C, D, E, F. Okay, F, C, D, E, F. Again, while going from F to C, in this cell there is a potential gain, so plus 10, lower to higher. Then here current and path are opposite, so that will be plus 10 I1 plus I2. Okay, then going in this resistor, again current is in this direction, path, so current and path are in the opposite direction, so again positive, that is plus 10 I1. Then here there is potential drop, again going from higher to lower, so minus 20 is equals to 0. Okay, so 10 I1 plus 10 I2 plus 10 I1 plus 10 minus 20 is minus 10 is equals to 0. 10 I1 plus 10 I1, that is 20 I1 plus 10 I2 is equals to 10. Taking 10 on the other side. Again dividing by 10, so 2 I1 plus I2 is equals to 1. You can call it as 2. Now you have these two equations, solving them simultaneously. You can multiply the first equation by 2 and subtract. So 1 into 2 and subtracting, this will be 2 I1 plus 4 I2 is equals to 2, and subtracting you get 2 I1 minus 2 I1 will get cancelled. This is I2 minus 4 I2, that is minus 3 I2 is equals to minus 1, minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so I2 is equals to 1 by 3 ampere. You get the value of I2 substituted in equation 1. So I1 plus 2 into 1 by 3 is equals to 1. That means I1 is equals to 1 minus 2 by 3. Okay, that is again 1 by 3. I1 is equals to 1 by 3 ampere. So I1 and I2 both are 1 by 3 ampere, right? So this is how using KVL we can solve a complex circuit. Now there can be 3 loops also. Let's take 2 or 3 good numericals. So the next question is from IIT 2015. It's a mains question. The question is given like this: you have to find current in 1 ohm resistor. Here this 1 ohm resistor is given and you have to find current in 1 ohm resistor. So it's a simple one, nothing complicated in this. So there are 2 cells. Let's draw current from the bigger cell. I will call it as I. So I will pass from here. Then I will get divided. So let us call this as I1 and this as I2. Okay, so current I2 will pass from here. I2, I1 and I2. Here I1 and I2 will combine to give you I, so that you get back I. Right? Now naming loops have already been given. So let's take the paths. So in loop, in the first loop, you can take the first loop as PQRSP. PQRSP. In this loop, we are going from P to Q. Current and path both are same, so negative, minus I1. Here current and path are opposite, so plus 3 I2. Then here we are going from higher to lower, so negative, minus 6 is equals to 0. Okay, so you can write minus I1 plus 3 I2 is equals to 6. This can be called as 1. Then in the loop, in second loop, you can take the second loop as PTVQP. PTVQP, right? In this loop, while going from P to T, current and path in 2 ohm resistor are opposite direction, so that will be plus 2I. Okay, then going from in this cell higher to lower, so that is drop, so minus 9. Then here current and path are opposite, so plus 3I. Then here again current and path are opposite, so plus I1, plus 1 I1 is equals to 0. Okay, So 2i plus 3i, that is 5i plus I1 is equals to 9. Okay, 5i plus I1 equals to 9. Now writing I as I1 plus I2, we can write I1 plus 5 I as I1 plus I2, right? Because I was distributed into I1 and I2, plus 5 I1 plus I2 equals to 9. So we can get I1 plus 5 I1 plus 5 I2 equals to 9, or you can write 6 I1 plus 5 I2 equals to 9. This is your equation 2. Now you have I1, I2, I1, I2 in 1 and 2, solving them simultaneously. What you can do is multiply equation 1 by 6 and add. So multiplying 1 by 6 and adding. So this is minus 6I1 plus 6 3 is 18I2 is equals to 6 is 36, right? And when you add both of them, 6I1 minus 6I1 will be 0. 18 plus 5, 23I2 is equals to 36 plus 9, 45. Right? Okay. So you get multiplied by 6, no? 6 is 36. Right. So you get I2 is equals to 45 by 23 ampere. Okay. And what we want the value of I1. If you want the value of I1, see, you could have multiplied this equation by 5 and this equation by 3. So you would have omitted I2 directly and you would have got I1. So let's try that way also, because we should what we should do, we should minimize our calculations, right? So what we got, I1 plus 5 I1 plus I2 is equals to 9. So that was 6 I1 plus 5 I2 equals to 9. This was the second equation. Okay. So multiplying equation 1 by 5. So we get this minus 5 I1 plus 3 5s are 15 I2 is equals to 5 6 are 30. And multiplying equation 2 by 3. So you get this 6 3s are 18 I1 plus 5 3s are 15 I2 is equals to 9 3s are 27, and then subtract. Okay, 15 I2 minus 15 I2 will get cancelled. So this is minus 5 I1 minus 18 I1. That is minus 23 I1 is equals to 30 minus 27, 3. Right? So your I1 is equals to minus 3 by 23 ampere. So you got the value of current in 1 ohm resistor directly. Right? You got the glitch where we, like when we solved the previous way, we got I2. That is also okay. You would have substituted the value of I2 in this equation and you would have got the value of I1. But that would have been again longer. So we can solve this way and directly get the value of I1. When you get the value of current as negative, this doesn't mean that this is less than 0. What does it mean? That the value of I1 which we assume, our value of I1 in this resistor is downwards and actual value of current in this resistor is upwards. Okay, so whenever you get the value of current as negative, that means the assumed direction of current is opposite to the actual direction of current. Right? Let's take one more IIT question. The next question is from IIT 2017 mains. This is IIT 2017 mains question. right? So the question is find current in each resistor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells and 3 resistors are given. Let's draw current from the circuit. First one is to draw the current from the circuit. So since all are 2-volt cells, we can draw current from anyone. So I am drawing current I from this cell. Let's say I1 goes here and I2 goes here. Okay, then I2 will get divided into again. Let's see, I3 goes here and I4 goes here. You can call this, if you're taking this as I1, this can be I minus I1 or whatever. You just have to name the current. Okay, so here current I3 will go, here I1 will go. From here I4 will go, I4 and I3 will combine to give you I2, right? Because I2 was divided into I3 and I4. So I3 comes from here, I4 comes from here, both will combine to give you I2. Then I1 and I2 give you I, right? So here you will get current I in this branch, and so that I is returned back to the cell. See, each cell is having the same current from the positive and the negative terminal, so that is okay. Now name the circuit, name the loop A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, is it becoming too messy? G, we call this as I. Okay, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, and we have now we can choose the paths. I'm fond of taking clockwise paths only. I don't know why. So in loop, the first loop A, B, C, H, A. A, B, C, H, A. The first one is A to B. B to C, you're going from higher to lower, so that is drop, -2. Then C to H, path and current are same, so -I3. Then H to A, that is gain, negative to positive, so +2 is equals to 0. That means 2 minus 2 gets cancelled, I3 is equals to 0. Wow. Then in loop H, C, D, G, H. H, C, D, G, H. Right? Now H to C, you're going, when you go from H to C, current and path are opposite, so that is positive, I3. Going from higher to lower, that is -2, drop, -2. Then going from here to here, same current, so plus I1, same direction, so that will be minus, sorry. Path and current are in the same direction, so minus I1, then lower to higher, so +2, gain, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 is equals to 0. +2 -2, so I3 minus I1 is equals to 0, or I3 equals to I1, and I3 is equals to 0, so I1 is equals to 0. Oh, great. You got two currents. Okay, I1. Then in loop G, D, I, F, G. G, D, I, F, G. Right? Here, going from G to D, your path and current are in the opposite direction, so plus I1. Then going from higher to lower, drop, -2. Then current and path are opposite, so minus I. Right? No, opposite, so plus. Current and path are opposite, so plus I. Then going from lower to higher, gain, +2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is equals to 0. Okay? -2 plus 2, that means I equals to I1. I plus I1, sorry. I1 plus I is equals to 0, or I is equals to minus I1, and I1 is 0, so I is equals to 0. Okay, that means you got I is equals to 0, I1 is equals to 0, I3 is equals to 0, right? And what about I2? You're not getting I2 in any of the resistors, so I2 must also be 0. That means all the currents in this circuit are 0. This was a pretty simple one asked in IIT 2017 mains. It's just you have to remember the rules to apply the potential drops and how to distribute the current properly. Okay.